when King Lopemula was installed in January 1870, he called his new town Giliqegu. However, when 2 years later, when now he was fighting Umbiko Kamadlina and the Zwangandava people, when he won, he came back and renamed his capital, Gobulawayo, the place where he, Lopemula, who is being persecuted, being opposed, stays. Kulapho okuhlala khona Obulawayo, and Obulawayo, he who is being killed, not killed in the physical sense, but in a figurative sense, not the literal sense. No. So, uyangibulala doesn't mean you are killing me physically or literally. No. In the very language we'll use, will have figurative meanings. That's what they meant. So it becomes Gobulawayo from about 1872 until he relocated that village or that capital town in 1881 and ordered it burnt by his prime minister, if we might call the chief Induna, Umagwegwe Fuyana Ogangazana. And then he establishes his capital town at a new site, which is where Bulawayo is today. And he still maintained the name of the capital town. It was still Gobulawayo, not Bulawayo, Gobulawayo. And it's in the singular. Gobulawayo is one person. That one person is Lopemula. And remember, through the naming process, we document our history. We document what is happening around us.
And of course, life giver and the keeper of life, blessed love to each and every one. Give thanks for your presence with us on a wonderful evening. Of course, this is the Tiger's Nest as we glorify Negus and August Emperor Haile Selassie I in all our doings and sayings. You're definitely in tune to Radio Anu, the international flavor, the universal spice. Of course, the headquarters is the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Website being priestisaacinstitute.com. And of course, your humble servant for this moment, the Honorable Priest Isaac, just saying, a wonderful evening again to each and every one. Welcome to a brand new strong of the Tiger's Nest. And a wonderful strong it is, looking to begin the doors to the month of Mosiah, looking to begin the doors, or open the doors, I should say, to the beginning of the month of August, as they call it, August from Augustus, but we have given, so-called August the name Mosiah. Mosiah, Garvey is his name. And of course, the 1st of August to the 31st of August, we're talking of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. The 13th of August, 1920 it is, Mosiah Garvey rose the red, black, and green and recognized the red, black, and green to be the flag of liberation for all the black people, the Negro people, as they say, of the planet. And then at the same time, the same year, from the 1st of August to the 31st, we had the All Negroes Conference right there in Harlem, New York, in the United States of America, of course, championed by the mighty prophet himself, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. The said 1st of August, we're talking about Emancipation Day, and we're looking at about 189 years ago. We're talking about from 1834, that's when the shackles and the chains came off the feet and the necks and the hands of the British enslaved, those who were enslaved by the British, the Africans that were enslaved by the British. And even the 1st of August, is the date we heard Idi Amin Dada himself say that is the date that he was given the message by the Most High to go and take over Uganda and free them up economically. And then still the 17th of August, we're still celebrating, of course, Marcus Mosiah Garvey's Earth Strong. So this is the beginning of Mosiah, the beginning of August. And although it's the evening of what you call the 31st, the last day of July, from the sunset, from the sun go down, we see that the next day has begun. So we are already in the energy of Mosiah already in the energy of August. Hey, family, give thanks for your presence with us. course, again, this is Radio Anu. We are streaming at the moment to the family on the YouTube, but that is just to gather them in, family on the YouTube. We have a wonderful subject this evening, but the fullness of the Tiger's Nest will not be broadcast on the YouTube. Of course, the Tiger's Nest is really an exclusively Radio Anu programming for specific reasons. So in a few minutes, we will be asking the whole YouTube family to press the link in the description below and join us over on Radio Anu, as we're going to be having a wonderful, wonderful sit down. But before we go there, we're going to still share some jewels with you, because as you know, the 1st of August is Emancipation Day. Interesting, isn't it? And the 1st of August is a full moon. Now, not tonight, but tomorrow. In fact, about 2 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Caribbean Time, between 2 and 2:30 in the afternoon, PM time. That will be on the 1st of August, which is Tuesday, the 1st of August, 2023. That is when the moon is going to ping, be full. So although it has a sense of fullness now, and the clouds are gathering with the moon, and some showers came down today. I haven't seen showers like that in a moment. So that obviously shows you the presence of the full moon. It looks like it got the weatherman off guard somewhat, but of course, they usually tell the weather after the weather happens. That's how it looks like to me. But for sure, the full moon, as the full moon does, brought with it some showers, some moisture, thick clouds of the heavens. And yesterday will be the last day of July, the 31st. But as I said, we are already into the evening. And as the Bible says, the evening and the morning were the first day. So that means when the sun set, the day really begins. So we are already in the energy of the 1st of August. We are already in the energy of the emancipation celebration. We are already in the energy of the Mosiah and the celebration of the opening conference of the United Negro Improvement Association. We are already in the celebration of going up to Marcus Mosiah Garvey's Earth Day. We are already in the celebration of the rising of the red, black, and green. And of course, the 13th of August is also the beginning of the Olmec calendar. This is peer celebration. Now listen to me, family. Are you listening? There are 2 full moons this Mosiah. There are 2 full moons this August. So we're going to have a full moon on the 1st of August, which is now, and then we're going to have a full moon on the 31st of August. Do you know what you call that? That is what they refer to as a blue moon. So in other words, when you have a moon, a full moon, 2 full moons in 1 month, this is what is considered as a blue moon. So you have the full moon on the 1st, and you still have the blue moon, or I should say the full moon, on the 31st, which is the one they usually consider the blue moon, the second one. Of course, this is a very special time, because I'm not going to overlook that we are dealing with a celebration here, emancipation, and all what I just explained about the Black Tiger himself, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and the Tiger's Nest, and the 13th of August and the 17th of August, and everything is going to be sealed up this year on the 31st of August with another full moon. And we understand the energy of the full moon. So we're not going to overlook this. And of course, the astrologers. And of course, the astrologers. Any astrologers listening? Of course. And many of you are followers of astrologers, not just astrology, astrologers. All the astrologers with their misguided information. I'm not going to say it nice and soft, because over a year now, we have been reaching out to the world, trying to show the world where, astrology has the thing a bit off. But it is as if we don't exist. So we're going to speak it anyhow we feel like speaking it now. All the astrologers. There's no astrologer alive. If you follow an astrologer, you're just as bad as them, because we have already explained to you where they are misleading the world. All the astrologers, go and look it up. telling the people that the moon will be full in Aquarius. That's a lie. They're not no misguided. They're lying to you now. I mean, that's what Christ said. If I didn't come, you wouldn't have sinned. But since I came, now you have sinned because I came. I mean, if I never got up and showed the world where the astro misguide and the horrible scope is off, the clock is wrong, then maybe I couldn't come and say anything. But we have done dozens of programs. Almost every full moon we come out and say, hey, this is where the moon really is. But, you know, because it's, you know, some like a Rastaman in Jamaica. We're not in Jamaica, bro. Yeah, that's how, but that's how they think, you know. You don't know them. Oh, man, even though we are right. You saw the brother that drowned the other day, Tafari, on Tafari's Earth Day. Where else did you hear anyone put the links together unless it was within Rastafari? That is to show you that a Rastafari has a specific jewel to offer the world that the world cannot get nowhere else but from Rastafari. But because the world has been trained to scorn Rastafari, you better believe it. Our own society, just the other day, a police was telling me, he said, priest, no matter how the herb free up around here, them old heads still scorn Rasta and still scorn the herb. That's what he tell me, eh? So that's to show you the mentality when it comes to Rastafari. Do you know how many people have told me that I'm too intelligent to be a Rastafari? So just to show you, and I don't know if they think I'm supposed to smile for that. That's one of the worst things you could tell me. I would cuss you out straight up because you're dissing Rastafari. You must think that you're praising me. When I say cuss you out, I'm not going to use no swear words, you know. But when I'm done with you, you're going to feel as if you've been cursed for life. Yeah. Rastafari is the jewel of the earth. Rastafari is the intelligence that has all creation in balance. You understand what I'm saying? So the science now, of course, with the moon and where it is, especially on an astronomical level. Remember, we're not here talking just history, you know. We have gone up in space. We're showing you where the moon is in its right time, and the rest of the 8 billion people on the planet is saying something else. More than likely, we with our couple thousand views, telling people that the moon is not in Aquarius, it's in Capricorn. And as I just said, billions of others with their news networks, with their tabloids, with their billions of dollars, with their multi-million-dollar network. What's the little Rastaman saying in Jamaica? Shh, don't even mention him. Shh, don't say nothing. No, it's all right. Let's keep misleading the people. So that's what's going on. They're misleading the people. And I can highlight many other issues and events and situations where it's so clear that the people are being misled, but yet still they purposely pretend as if, well, you know, we have no idea what he's talking about. Well, I'm telling you what I'm talking about, family. The full moon that will be appearing tomorrow is not in the constellation of Aquarius. The moon is hardly in the constellation of Capricorn. In fact, when the moon becomes full tomorrow, it will be just entering into Capricorn, not coming out of Capricorn, entering into Capricorn. So in other words, in all humility, all the astrological readings that any one of you will be getting from any astrologer, I am telling you, I'm not asking you, it will be wrong. It cannot be right if they're telling you that the moon is in Aquarius. And we have done programs, many programs on this, in all humility, to explain it to the best of our ability so that ones could understand where they're going wrong. So even some of the fire we throw in is not just for no astrologers, it's for some of you that still be running them down and reading your tarot cards and all of this misguided Merlin and Archimedes information. You see, we're too proud, we're too haughty. We don't want to say, yeah, my brother priest Isaac has got it right. Yeah, no, we don't want to say that. No, man. We prefer to talk about somebody a couple of 100 years ago that wrote some sort of dusty book that we don't even know how they smell, but our own brother and sister, because maybe we know them or we know them not, but he's just a regular person. He's one of I and all of them foolishness. And as much as he or she shows you that the knowledge and the information and all the stuff we have been taught from day one is wrong, and he or she have it right, but just for pride, we don't want to say, well, yes, one of our very own has proven themselves to be a God. Whether it's a God of wisdom, a God of knowledge, a God of information, a God of intelligence, a God of counseling, a God of decoding, a God of deciphering. We have different levels of gods. We spend so much time holding down each other. We don't even have time to big up ourselves. We're so quick to disappoint others. We forget what we've been appointed to do. People run into anoint us, and before we stand still and take it, we're running down another man trying to knock his anointing off of his head. That's how we work. That's what the slave education does to you. Give thanks for Emancipation Day. And give thanks to the full moon that will be in Capricorn. What does that mean? Go and read your astrology reading for last month's full moon. That was in Sagittarius, but they told you that it was in Capricorn. So it's last month's reading that should be well climatized to this month's full moon. Because you know the astrologers are always a constellation behind. All the astrologers. There's no astrologer in the world. I'm telling you, I'm saying it boldly. There's nobody that's an astrologer anywhere on the planet that can challenge me when it comes to where not only the moon, but every planet and the sun is. Straight up. And if you know any, you can bring them forward. Let us get it straight. Because I'm not going to just sit back and watch these people be misleading the true righteous one when I know for sure. I mean, let's just be clear. Let's be clear. If you know your responsibility, you got to keep up your responsibility. Man, if I pass somebody on the road and let's say the car is broken down and I know I'm a top mechanic, I think it might be my responsibility to pull over and help them. I may not know what to do, so I may just keep driving. But it is my responsibility. Maybe someone else do not understand the quagmire that the astrologers are presenting. And obviously that's the case. That's the case because I don't see nobody challenging them. You know, that's why we do it hard. Because it's not as if we're doing it and somebody's going to continue tomorrow. When we're done and we lock that off, it lock off. No one is getting up and saying, astrologers read the astrology chart right. That's why we have a whole ancient astronomy course. So we can debunk all of the astrology. These are the stargazers that the scripture speaks about. So you have a powerful time like August. I had to touch this now. You have a powerful time like the Mosiah month, where you have a full moon on the 1st and a full moon on the 31st to seal up Marcus Garvey works. And we're going to make some astrologer come in and give us some light reading. Listen, and even those of you who are not serious followers of the tiger's nest, even yourself, we ain't gonna show too much pity for. No, I'm very serious. This is a serious time. I give enough respect to not only the followers of the nest, but those who subscribe to this radio program. I'm saying that last month, we did a very clear program. I would say pellucid program that clearly explains why it is so detrimental to follow a reading that may be in principle correct, but in actual structure of time incorrect. I even showed you the technique. Just go 1 month backwards and you get the right reading. And this is why we are firm in this, especially at the time like now, when it's Mosiah Garvey's month, when we're talking about August 1st and 31st, blue moon session, and the energy that's in between those two moons. What? Mosiah Garvey's Earth Day, Emancipation Day, the rising of the red, black, and green, the Olmec calendar anniversary beginning, and at the same time you have how many other things there? So much things going on. Just the whole UNIA conference for all Negro people. All of this within the frame. Idi Amin Dada taking over Uganda in the economic war. All of this is in the framework of the month of August, and in this 2023 moment, when the right arm of Sahu Orion is shedding its light once more, that's a next level. In the same time, when everything is well aligned, in the same time when Venus stood in front of the Lion's Gate and then turned around, I hear all the astrologers talking about Lion's Gate now. Lion's Gate, that's how they are associating this full moon that supposedly is supposed to be in Aquarius. That Lion Gate prophecy is for the 31st of August. You hear me? So all the Lion Gate business that the astrologers are talking of is because they have it off when it comes to the reading. So they're connecting it to Leo, but that's for the 31st of August. Take it from me. Eh? So this is what I'm saying. If you are serious, and many of you are, this is what I know about the, remember you reach out to I, so many are serious about understanding what the heavens mean. And I will tell you again before we move on, this astrological concept and the art that is being used, in principle, it is correct. It is a science that connects you to not just the planets and stars, but to the right plants, and connects your organs to the plants and so many different things, your colors, your shape. Listen, it's deep. It's an ancient art. It was never called astrology. It's the Greeks that brought in that. It's always known as ancient astronomy, and it was never separate from the movements of the heavens and the mathematics of the heavens. It was never separated from it. It is the Europeans that separated both sciences and created astrology, took the science of us and the universe and just took it without its principles, without its rhythm, and without its natural clock, as they do everything else, and created a stagnant falsified science that people call astrology. That's all it is. And then now modern day astronomy, which is another devil work, would have torn away that ancient science of connecting you to the universe and just left this bland, mundane, blank sort of, academic, full of knowledge craft for us. Well, when I blend the two together, it carries me back to the original craft, ancient astronomy. And that is what you see us promote and advertise all of the time. So this is serious, family. That's why I take the thing with the full moon very seriously. And in fact, not only very seriously, I also, I had to add a little flair to it today because of the importance of August, because of the importance of the full moon, 1st of August, and the 31st of August. Let me give you a better idea of what we are speaking of for those who may not know as it relates to ancient astronomy. Now, although I said we will be coming off of the YouTube, and those of you who are on the YouTube, you're going to have to join us straight on Radio Anu, but still on the YouTube. Don't go anywhere as yet. We are still here on the YouTube. I have a special word for you in a moment. Blessed love, I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia-Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of ARCHAEOASTRONOMY from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its makeup has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, for more information. Now, for sure, this evening, you think that the whole, the reasoning about the flat earth and all of that good jazz, you think that is something else, eh? Wait until you see what we have in store for you right about now. Hey, if you're just coming in, remember this is Radio Anu, the international flavor, the universal spice. This is the Tiger's Nest. Yeah, what we're going to be talking about, it is the same subject area of the moon, but somewhat of a different topic. We're going to be talking about the moon, if it's real or fake. Now, this is another level altogether. I know some of you that caught you by surprise. You know, and it wasn't really a snub at any flat earther, you know, but even the flat earther will tell you, yeah, man, the moon is real. It's just not doing what you say it's doing. Fair enough. But then they do. I'm sure we have heard, I myself would have relayed to you some information from Dr. Delbert Blair, the ancestor, clearly showing you that the moon ain't nothing too real about the moon. You know, some say the moon is hollow. I think NASA themselves said they dropped something on the moon and it made this sound, tong, as if it was like an iron ball. And some people say they did some survey on the moon and X, Y, and Z, and iron bars are inside. And I know some going to say, well, look, good fella, these people never went to the moon and X, Y, and Z. I mean, we have done program for sure on that so-called first moon landing. That's for sure. I definitely am positive about that one, that nobody ever went to no moon. That's the first moon landing. The others, they themselves have their own anomaly too. Anomalies as it relates to if they really went or not. But I am positive. You know, you talk about put your neck on the block. That first moon landing, pure Hollywood, all the way. And a lot of things that they do tell us is just pure lie. Eh? But yet still, this is the tiger's nest. This is not the show that is designed to convince nobody of anything. Convince, con Billy, con Frank, we ain't here to con. We like to put information on the table. It's not everything we bring to you means that is something that we wholly and solely believe in. In fact, because we understand the importance of training the mind to think for itself. Yeah, and training you young ones, a lot of young ones check the vibes. I'm training a lot of you to think for yourselves. That's why sometimes you have to bring other people around. This is not no church and the preacher talking to you. Hear different ideas, especially after you've been taught and trained well. Think for yourself. So that's all a part of the game. Trust me, Uncle Priest Isaac definitely have your interest at heart. So we're going to go into that. We're going to hear a few words from Billy Carson. As I said, Dr. Delbert Blair, we might put a bit of that into it. And we have some other individuals that are going to be talking about what they consider to be the artificial satellite, which is the moon. All right, but before that, I'm going to touch a bit of Brother Vaughn Benjamin, and then we go straight into the reasoning. All the loved ones that are on the YouTube, this is where we definitely part ways. But of course, you know, I'm just going to invite you, those of you listening to YouTube, just press the link below this video here. The link is in the description below, and that will bring you to Radio Anu. I don't think you want to miss the program itself, not the second half of the program. The program hasn't begun. All I was talking there a while ago is just an introduction. Now the real tiger's nest is going to begin. So I'm just encouraging, again, my family there on the YouTube. Press the link in the description below and make sure you join us right here now and direct the tiger's nest in full effect as we continue. We'll be locking off the YouTube link. Join us on the bless.